Hey guys, Ryan Dossey here, and I've got a full flip case study for you. On this sucker, we made over $35,000. I'm gonna walk you through how we found it, what list it was on, how we funded it, a couple mistakes we made, and all the ins and outs. Let's dive right in. So this particular house is what I call like a vinyl village. I've posted about this on the channel before, but it's probably my favorite kind of asset to go after. They're properties that were built after 1989. They're 3 bedrooms or more, 1.5, 2 baths or more, over 1,000 square feet, and within like the average price point for the market. That was the list that we pulled for this particular property. I've got tutorials on the channel on how to pull it that I'll link to above if you're watching this on YouTube, but we ripped that just straight from Propstream. We then take that list, we go over to ballpointmarketing.com and we send them our template greeting card letters. It's what this particular lead came off of. As those calls come in, every single call is live answered by a call porter. I own that company and they do a fantastic job. We only have folks that work in the US. These are the real notes, like literally from the call porter rep that came in on this particular deal before we even bought it. So you can read through them as we go through it, but the property was a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,100 square feet, owner occupied, HVAC was serviced in 2016. They replaced the unit outside. Roof, he said he didn't think there was really any issues. Windows had been upgraded. Water heater still worked. Master bathroom was completely redone, including trim, paint, shower, vanity, and faucets. Kitchen was being redone, but wouldn't be finished at the time of sale. It was on a slab. Had a 1-car garage, small patio out back. He owed $125, was asking $170 grand, was moving to Texas for work, and wanted to sell fast. If you have inbound leads and you're using an answering service and you're not getting those kinds of notes, just switch over to Call Porter and do more deals. So on this particular deal, Call Porter took the initial call, entered all of those notes into Resimpli, where we then worked the lead. One thing I want to point out, a lot of guys will use like tracking phone numbers to try to determine where their leads are coming from. Like this one here, if you see, it says it came from our AdWords pay-per-click. Google Display Network is GDN, like retargeting posts. Here's the thing. Over 50% of our deals get a piece of mail, see our website on the bottom because we mark it branded, go check out our Carrot site, and then call the tracking number on there. Realistically, it's kind of like a chicken before the egg thing. Like, did the direct mail piece get the lead or did the website? Kind of hard to tell, but the website wouldn't have gotten the person on it if we hadn't sent them a mail piece and told them to go check it out, right? So that's why this shows as Google, even though it was indeed a Ballpoint piece. So on this particular place, we bought it with private money. We paid 8% interest plus 1 point. They funded our purchase as well as our rehab. So we bought this particular deal for $160,000 and we only estimated $8 grand worth of work to get it finished. So all in for $168, which is what we borrowed from our private lenders. Now, on this particular deal, it's actually in the neighborhood right next to Noah's. The seller had bought it for $134,000. The time we bought it in 2022, it was worth $225,000. So on this particular one, we actually ended up selling. We missed our projections for $224,000. Cannot be upset about only missing by $1,000 on what we thought it would go for. So on this particular deal, we also had Noah help us out with giving you guys a walkthrough tour of what we did, as well as some of the ins and outs. So we'll go ahead and pass to him now.
What's up, guys? It's Noah. I am here at one of our latest flips, and let's go check it out. So with this house being a more entry-level home, we didn't have to get too super nitty-gritty with our finish levels. We were able to come in and do moderate finishes instead of getting too super high-end. So on this one, it was a pretty light cosmetic rehab for us. We painted, we did flooring, we updated the kitchen, and we put carpet in the bedrooms. Wanted to give you guys a little bit of a backstory on this house. So the sellers called in and they were like, hey, we have a really tight timeline that we need to follow. We're moving to Texas in 2 weeks because we got new jobs. So we came out to the house, made him an offer, and got this thing closed for him in 2 weeks. So we bought this house for $160,000. We put about $9,000 in work into it, and we're currently under contract to close next week for $225,000.
Now, we did make a mistake on this one with our private lender. So we've got a friend of mine that we actually met through cars. Believe it or not, my Ferrari has made me money. And he came in to raise additional private capital for us. And this was actually the first deal we're doing together. Before we set up like a whole fund or anything of that nature, which we'll keep you guys posted on when that goes live, we're like, hey, let's make $100,000 together and just make sure everybody gets along when there's money involved. So on this particular deal, the lender filled out our typical note and mortgage that says he's getting 8% interest plus 1 point, and that's an APR. Meaning if we went the full year of his note, he'd get like 9%. If we're only into it for 3 or 4 months, he's only getting that 8% prorated to those 3 or 4 months. On this particular deal, there was some miscommunication between our buddy who raised the capital for us and the lender, where he told the lender they got that 8% even if it took us 2 months to get the deal done. Now our docs and everything said, hey, look, it's 8% over the year. We could have stuck to that, but realistically, like, we don't ever want to leave a bad taste in somebody's mouth or make them think there was a bait and switch. We're making plenty of money on the place, so we decided, you know what, let's just pay the guy his 9%, even though we will have only had his cash for 87 days, right? Great deal for him. We did explain, hey, moving forward, sorry for the miscommunication. When we borrow cash, it's an APR, not, 9 points for 90 days kind of a thing. So great deal for him, but realistically, we still made $36,000 on this place. So at the end of it, I'm not upset. Win-win for him, win-win for us with the seller. At the end of the day, that's what this is all about. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch today's video. Again, my name is Ryan Dossey. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, drop them below. I'm not one of those guys that just uploads content and doesn't engage with people. I'm here to be the resource for you that I was looking for when I just started out. Thanks for your time. Talk to you guys next time.